Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to our Corner Box video series. In this video, we're going to be talking about what your mud consistency should look like when using the Corner Box. So we're going to go ahead and mix some mud, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to talk about some of the pros and cons of having thick or thin mud. So it's very similar to how you would mix your mud when using a flat box. And we've talked about this before in our flat box series. There are pros and cons to both thick and thin mud. But generally speaking, when you're mixing mud for your Corner Box, you want to have a fairly thin consistency. You can kind of see here some of the mud. You can see how it's kind of just dripping off the paddle. So that's kind of what we're going for. So got to add a little bit of water here, about a sponge worth. And now, like I said, there are pros and cons to both thick and thin. So the thicker your mud, the harder it's gonna be for you to push. You will have to physically exert yourself more because the mud is thicker, therefore it's harder to push out of the Corner Box. But with that being said, you're gonna have much less shrinkage because there's less water, less moisture in the mud, so there's gonna be a lot less shrinking. Now, thin mud is easier to push. So with thin mud, it's gonna be much easier to push through the Corner Box. It'll be easier on your body, but you're gonna get a little more shrinking because you have more water and more moisture in your mud. So this is about 1 sponge worth of water, and this is still too thick in my opinion. Now it would work, but you're going to be overexerting yourself. And by the end of the day, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna feel it in your shoulders, you're gonna feel it in your back, because this is an overhead tool. You're gonna be pushing this in the corner and you're gonna feel it right in your shoulders. So myself personally, I like to run my mud a little bit on the thinner side. So I'm gonna give this another good sponge of water. And of course, we're using our level 5 mixing paddle. This thing is just a beast. It is my favorite mixing paddle, hands down. It just whips the mud so quick and it gets all the air out of your mud. Phenomenal paddle. So now here, you can see the mud is a little thinner. This is a pretty good consistency in my opinion. So like I said, you don't want to mix your mud too thick or too thin. So too thick, you're gonna have a really hard time pushing the box, and too thin, well, you're just gonna make a mess all over. Your box is gonna leak a lot easier. You might have runs of mud down the wall as you're trying to coat your angles. It might be coming out a little too much. So you wanna try to find a happy medium. You don't want it too thick, you'll be overexerting yourself, it'll be hard to push. You don't want it too thin, it's gonna shrink a lot more and you might make more of a mess on the walls. So hopefully that helps. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series. Next up, we're going to be running the Corner Box and talking about tips and tricks as well as technique. So thanks again. Have a good one. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you were able to learn something from it. If you didn't find what you were looking for, make sure to check out our other videos because we are constantly uploading new material. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notified when we release new content. Thanks a lot for watching and have a great day.